All right, let's talk lenses for the GH5 and which are the best lenses for wedding videographers. And obviously this is all super subjective. I'm just gonna be talking about the lenses that I've found that work really well with my workflow as a solo shooter.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do.
All right, so up first is the Voigtlander 42.5, and this lens produces consistently some of my favorite images from every wedding that I shoot. Its f-stop value of 0.95 is insane, although it's commonly reported you want to stay at least f1.4 before you start to lose color and sharpness. And I found that around 2.0 is my sweet spot for really dreamy shots. My favorite times to use this lens are during the bridal prep in the morning and the groom prep, and then when there's a couple portrait session when I have a little more time and flexibility with giving some direction to the couple, and then also during the first dance. And second is the Panasonic Leica 12mm, and I'll keep this lens on a gimbal GH5 for the whole day, and I'll bust it out for establishing shots and for some wide, dramatic sweeping shots of the couple, whether during the first dance or during a portrait session. And with an f-stop of 1.4, it really gives you some flexibility in some darker situations to still use this lens. And I'll also use this lens handheld during the party dancing for some high energy, wide angle dance footage. I found that this lens works perfectly for while the photographer is setting up some shots with the couple, as I can hop in, set up a moment, and get some different compositions a lot quicker than I would with the prime. And I've also found it's great for shooting the bridal party as well, as I can quickly go to a wide angle to make sure I'm capturing everyone in the wedding party. And a bonus with this lens is it allows for dual image stabilization, which gives me the freedom to not always have to carry my gimbal around, because I can still have some decently smooth movement when working with the couple or the bridal party with this lens. Next up is the Panasonic 35-100, and this lens is great for all those crucial live moments, such as the first look, or the ceremony, or the speeches, where you want to have a tighter frame, but you can't move in closer or it's not appropriate to do so. But obviously with the f-stop of 2.8, when it's a darker ceremony setting, I'll opt to using a prime over this lens. And next up is the Panasonic 20mm, and this is an interesting focal length. I've shot with the Voigtlander 17.5 and the Panasonic Leica 25, both of which are pretty popular, but I never really fell in love with those focal lengths. So this 20mm was kind of the happy medium in between those two. So I'll use this lens during bridal prep in the morning when it's in tighter quarters and I need a wider angle, but I don't want to go quite so wide as a 12mm. And after the bridal prep, this lens goes away and doesn't come out again, but for the price, it's a great lens to have in your kit. And last is the Olympus 75mm, and I found that this prime is perfect, especially for solo shooters, to get a second, tighter angle during the ceremony. Those are the lenses that I use and I love every wedding when shooting with the GH5. And links to those lenses are below, and if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I have a new video coming out each month.